Smack dab in the middle of I-295 that encircles the city of Jacksonville in northeast Florida. There's a good look at TIAA Bank Field. This crowd excited to see their Jaguars as both teams emerge from their tunnels a moment ago. We are just about ready for football as the Jags get set to match up with the Indianapolis Colts. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Now a throw here to his running back. And a nice stiff arm. It opens room to run. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
Play action, Tannehill. He'll check this down to Dobbins out of the backfield. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it's a second down. Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case, the feet.
Touchdown! Gerald Everett, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Colts take it right down and score on the opening drive. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. That's for Bateman, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamin Davis. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. They could not ask for a worse start. You give up a touchdown on the game's opening drive, and then you turn right around and throw the interception on your very first play.
And this is where the coaching staff has to earn its money, because they've got to calm these guys down a little bit. Just as you noted, a horrendous start both sides of the ball. But now the defense, which gave up an opening drive touchdown, they've got to go out there now and start playing like the team they want to be.
Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Tannehill. This is intercepted. Jeremy Chinn picks it off. And the Jags will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. So that time the pressure got home just as he was releasing the football and caused the pick.
And what it did was it disrupted that fragile balance of the mechanics of throwing the football. You know, from the footwork to being able to actually throw it downfield. If one piece of that puzzle gets disrupted, it affects the entire chance of success.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Well, we saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They are riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
On first down, it's Tannehill. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. And he is tackled. Inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Between 17 yards. First down, Colts.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 36. A give. Dobbins trying the right side. And he's not even able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now there's also a flag down, and it's in the area of holding. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Now a handoff for Dobbins. And he gets it down to the 32. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Tannehill. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And this throw will be intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it. He's at the 50. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line.
Well, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick, whether it's a field goal attempt, a point after the touchdown, or at worst a punt. This time they had that opportunity but didn't get it because you know the field shrinks that close to the end zone, and that allows a defense to tighten up their coverage, and they pick that one off.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. That's out quickly to Bateman. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. On play action, they'll throw. That is caught, Rashad Bateman. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. These two teams all tied after one.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They're going to look to throw. And Matthews makes the grab. And the Jaguars are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. Now that sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And a nice pickup there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Taken in at the 3. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say that great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember
I was going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage. But
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Preston Smith comes in for the sack.
Well, defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, And how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
Steps away to his left. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, and his first carry of the game right there, he had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13.
44 yards rushing for him now to this point.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Tannehill. And this is incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
But that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
And on third down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. Frank Reich, he didn't even seem hesitant about this. He wants to go for it on fourth down. They snap it to Tannehill. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett.
And the Colts are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I didn't like the play call. I loved it. Running situation for sure on fourth and short. They got the defense to commit too many men in the box to stop the run and have the guts to go for the pass instead. And as a result, they're set up first and goal.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
They'll go again from the 3 here on second and goal.
Williams going to be hit and met at the line of scrimmage. They get him down at the 3.
Call it no gain that time, and now it's third and goal. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. They'll try to run with Dobbins. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
J.K. Dobbins
with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this football game.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And we are tied here in the second quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's going to air one out. And this one is incomplete.
But the first 2 drives yielded touchdowns, so there's no reason for them to feel like they have to pull back on the reins. They pushed it downfield, looking for another one right there. Didn't get it, but we know they're going to continue to be bold.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. They'll look to throw here. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Now left side on the swing pass, and he'll get it down here to the 43. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll be second and about a yard. Back to throw again. That's complete. Left side to Bateman. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. He'll find Bateman once more. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. He finds Matthews. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll set up a throw. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time. And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
Taken in at the 22. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. Under pressure, and he's going to go down. Tannehill sacked. Devondre Campbell flies in to blow that play up. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. Looking left side, and it's complete. And bulldozing his way through. And he'll get this way down into Jacksonville territory. A big play there for Indy. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Here's a give to Dobbins running right. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. They'll fake it. Now Tannehill. Buying time to his left. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Colts have broken our tie as they take the lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
A big connection on that one. 32 yards. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Darrell Taylor in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Back to throw. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And the Colts are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Another run here with Dobbins. And he will maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And that's also all for this 3rd quarter of play. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Colts on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. From his goal line here, Tannehill. And incomplete on the deep ball. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And now here's a carry heading left. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Another carry, same story. 4th quarter, and he is in red numbers right now with a running game.
Hard to believe, because you figure at some point you break off a run. But in this case, what we're seeing is just pure domination by the defense. I think it started with the scouting report. They got into what they were doing offensively, into their mindset, and now they're beating them to the punch on every snap.
That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe you can expect more passes like that downfield. And the kick is good. He needed a little help there from the crossbar, but the carom goes his way. So a favorable bounce that time, to say the least, and he's able to convert the field goal there from a long distance.
Yeah, the guys behind the end zone didn't need to hike the net up for this one. That thing was a dying quail, but he finds a way to boink it off the crossbar and make it drop through.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces, because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Play action. It's Tannehill. And he whips that one incomplete there.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it up to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
2nd and 10. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 74 yards rushing for him now, with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. The Colts on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Off play action, Tannehill. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. Touchdown, Jaguars! Jordan Matthews with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And once again, the Jaguars are back out in front. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that gives him a 3-point lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Now that's a run that warms a play caller's heart because you're actually set up to do whatever you want on offense. You come right back and run essentially the same play because you have momentum. Or you can fake that running play and throw something deep over the top. Or you now feel like you have an extra down to play with. Because if you go ahead and just throw it and you don't get it, come back and try and pick it up on 3rd down.
1st down, Colts.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Tannehill. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And this won't be enough to pick up the 1st. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4. One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Desperation time for Tannehill on 4th down. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs. That one looks like he'll throw here. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jamin Davis. And the Colts are right back in this football game. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Throwing Tannehill. That's caught by Hollister. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jacob Hollister, his first touchdown on the year. And the Colts are once again going to retake the lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Now it's Patterson. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. He's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but first he gets deep into Indianapolis territory. It's a big play for the Jaguars. Charles, just a gigantic play right there.
Absolute breakdown defensively, but take no credit away. A huge gain, and that turns things around.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Hands it off out of the gun. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call. Orlando Brown, the former Raven, the guilty party. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Back to throw. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. And a great game comes down to this. Time for one play, and they've got to get it in the end zone.
And I want every cover guy I've got in the game on defense, every extra defensive back who can make a play on the football. So whether it's nickel, dime, quarter, whatever you want to call it, I want 5, 6, 7 guys back there.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. Well, Charles, exciting to the very end. That's what we just saw in this game. Final play there, had it in the red zone, but anytime you're outside of the 10, that's tough trying to draw up a final play to get in, and they couldn't do it.
It certainly is. So what they were looking for was, extra time. Too bad it's not FIFA soccer, right, where you get a little bit of extra and you get a chance to run a couple more plays and maybe get closer and take that last shot into the end zone.
So for the Colts, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they'll get a few extra days to savor this one before they take on the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, the losses are piling up as they drop to 1-5 now. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road